Where am I? Was that all just a dream? I'm still hurt, though. These wounds must be the ones Palamedes gave me. Wait. That means I can't have been dreaming. Have I really returned to the past? Where is everyone? They're alive. So then, I really have come back.
Road splits here. Which way do we want to go? I'm thinking we can get home quickest if we head north and cross the bridge up there.
No.
They still didn't pay for this guy's voice acting in the second timeline. We can't. The Granoric army will already have been be there in full force. Even if it takes longer, the southern route will be safer.
In that case, I suggest the shortcut down by the riverbank that we took coming here.
Wait a moment. This is just about when... No! Get down!
Huh?
We're under fire!
You okay?
Yes.
Somehow.
Glad to hear it. Come on your feet!
Impossible. How could they have known we were here? Fall back. Leave the cleanup to the forces up north.
This is bad. The enemy knows what we're trying to do.
Yeah, things aren't looking so hot. Any suggestions, Stock?
You feel that I led us north to our demise. Well, not this time.
We go south. Follow me. We'll make it back to Alistel together this time. I promise.
This time? All right then, Stock. We're right behind you.
Hey, you're back. Welcome back to the party. Oh, hey. Oh, also, the chest is still looted. Nice.
A barricade? Of course they blocked the road off.
I doubt we could budge it, even if we all work together. Perhaps we should head north after all.
We can't. Absolutely not.
Stock?
We're dead if we go north. How are we supposed to get past the barricade? Is north really the only way?
Otherwise, you may be better off thinking of them as mere tools to aid in your survival.
No, they're not tools. I'm bringing them back alive, no matter the cost. But how? Oh, that's my window sounds. That's everything USB being unplugged at once. I don't know why. That's so weird. I've yet to be able to find out what caused that. What the?
What the... You?
Hello, Stock. How does it feel to be back in time? Alas, it seems you have reached a dead end. I suppose history is destined to give you trouble.
But there is yet a way forward. We shall grant you the power to break through.
Huh?
We've got HM strength!
What was that?
We transferred a small portion of our power into your body.
The possibility that was blocked to you is now accessible. A different history is about to unfold.
Sift through the possibilities to find your way. We shall meet again on the other side.
Hey, snap out of it, Stock. You all right? You drifted off for a sec there.
Were you perhaps thinking of our next course of action?
I was. We'll simply move the barricades and press onward.
Just imagine from from their perspective. We can't move these, they're too strong. Your leader looks to the side of him, eyes devoid of life for a solid 30 seconds, unblinking. The girl of the party snap out of it. Oh, alright, we'll move these then.
Huh?
Leave it to me.
Hold the but near steel boxes and barrel on the field to grab them. Move with the control pad while holding the button or push the push or pull the object. Move the steel boxes that block the way to clear a path. Give me a second. Can I? Save. There we go. By the power of plot convenience and 2 random children I met in a place called Historia, we change fate. Don't mind me. It is important. It's for science reasons. Ah, coward game. Coward. Thought you'd let me keep it. Bastards. What? These soldiers are dedicated. They saw it was disorganized, and they changed it. Bronze mail. So that's the one critical thing that the game said you are not allowed to have. How dare you even think you could have it? Red defense and magic. And you are the exact same things as well. Still not sure who's gonna die and who's gonna live, so I'm gonna stick to giving stuff to the protagonist at the moment.
Yeah. Yes. We should finish this quick.
Ready, dude.
Not push assaults. You can't push them down. Damn it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Blunt. You're awesome, man. And I'm tempted right now, not really to make the same mistake again, but to just keep it's the tutorial area. So I want to say, let's get some levels, of course, but I'm pretty sure we don't need it. And don't worry. There's some poor soldier coming here to fix this every time. I don't know who's fixing this whole thing, but I'm gonna make their life hell. Because admittedly, I was hoping that if I turn back time or whatever, I could see the changes I made still reflected. There we go. Now they can't follow us. And whoever's got to rebuild this, gonna have to just, if they come from that way, they're fucked. Or they gotta just work harder. Can't be. How did they get past the barricade? Wasn't the plan to drive them toward the bridge?
This isn't good.
They'll get away clean if they break through here. We have to stop them cold.
I won't lose.
So, what about you going first? What about you going next? Formation complete. What? Oh. Interesting. All right. And Thunderstruck at the end. Oh wait, that one.
Phew, we did it somehow.
If we keep going this way, we'll soon reach safety. Then I'll be able to return everyone home alive. Nope, doesn't a pathway up upward. Go there. There could be a chest. Bastard.
Yes, we made it through.
Atlas Hill should be just ahead.
I actually forgot he was with us. I can't believe I made it out of there alive. This feels like some kind of dream.
Thank you.
Owe you through a lot. Thanks.
No need to thank us. Just hurry and get the intel to Heist.
Right.
Will do. With everything I know, we should finally be able to mount a counteroffensive.
All right, mark 1 in the win column for us.
That's right. Beyond that, though, you were amazing out there, Stock. You saw clean through the Grand Rook trap and even managed to get us past that blockade.
He's right. We probably wouldn't be standing here now if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. I can hardly believe it myself.
I know. Why don't we celebrate once we've reported to Heist?
Oh, great idea. Mark's buying.
What? I never said...
Gotcha.
I changed history. So, this is the way things should have gone. I'm hurt bad. I can barely stand.
Come on, Stock. We should... Stock! What the... Where'd those wounds come from?
Did he protect us sometime while we weren't looking?
He's too far gone for a quick fix spell. He needs a doctor. Come on, Stock. Take my shoulder. Mark, help me out here.
Right. I'm too short to lend a shoulder, per se, but I'll do what I can.
Are you two safe?
We're fine, see? Spick and span. And it's thanks to you, Stock.
I'm glad.
Stock! Hey, hang in there.
He passed out.
Let's move it, Mark.
Rainey has left the party. And so did Marco.
I know this place. Historia.
Welcome back, Stock. It seems your journey proved fruitful.
The actions you have taken have altered the course of history. Well done.
That's right. I really did change the past. I have to thank you. It's because of you that I could save everyone.
It is not us you should be thanking. The White Chronicle is what enabled this miracle.
What?
Consider us to be the guides of Historia. As such, it is our duty to teach you just how to harness the power of the White Chronicle.
I'm not concerned with that at the moment. What I really want to know is, why does such a thing exist? This White Chronicle allows me to move freely through history, changing whatever I choose. Such an object seems too powerful for human hands.
There's a slight error in your phrasing. Not even the holder of the White Chronicle is able to move freely through time.
Okay. All right. Because I was gonna point out if we can do that. What stops us from undoing the rise and fall of countries and destroying so much shit?
Why not?
You are only capable of returning to fixed points in the time stream. The best way to describe them would be as pivotal moments in history. Traveling to these moments will grant you the opportunity to rethink your prior actions.
The goodness in your heart, that doesn't exist.
However, you will not be able to change anything not directly related to those actions. Considerable as the White Chronicle's strength may be, it too has limitations.
So it's not all powerful then?
No, that would be much too dangerous.
Okay, at least they acknowledge that I would go wild.
Think what would happen if such immense power were misused. There would be no stopping it.
Yup, you know it, game.
That is why the creator of the Chronicle placed restrictions on its operation.
Interesting. Speaking of restrictions, how will I know which moments I am capable of returning to?
They'll appear naturally as you go about your life. You won't have to do anything out of the ordinary to bring them into existence. As for the how, we will inform you when one has occurred. There is one important principle to keep in mind, though. These moments will be born of your experiences.
In other words, I can only access moments in history I myself was present for.
That's right.
Damn it.
We should also discuss your injuries. Despite your never having faced Palomedes in this new history, your wounds did not disappear. There is a reason for this. There are two types of time, one the whole world experiences, and one limited to you. Even though you alter the world's time, your own time will not be reversed.
So the wounds don't disappear because, in my own timeline, they still happened.
That is correct.
Now I'm imagining what if we go back to apparently a pivotal moment that's like when we were young. Like what made a Mustak want to become a spy or take up arms or anything. If we go back there, would we be a child with battle wounds that we have right now? Or would we show up as an adult and the child is now just vanished from history?
You may redo any given moment as many times as you like. But should you be slain, your own personal timeline shall reach its terminus. Remember this well.
I will.
Ah, there is also a favor we'd like to ask of you.
What is it?
We ask that you not speak of the White Chronicle to anyone, no matter how close your ties to them may be.
Nothing good will come of the existence of the Chronicle coming to light.
Someone else already knows it exists, though. Will that be a problem?
I think I understand. People would fight for this power if they knew it existed. That much is clear. But what about the original owner? I got the White Chronicle from my superior.
Thank you for bringing it up.
It's hard to believe he doesn't know about all this.
Even so, you mustn't speak of it. We cannot tell you why.
What are you hiding?
I'm sorry, but some things must remain obscured for now. There is good reason for that. One of the restrictions on the Chronicle is that we aren't allowed to side with anyone.
Some secrets must be kept in order to protect you.
Wouldn't be withholding information siding with the ones who gave you the information instead of us? Wouldn't protecting the previous owner be you siding with them versus us?
That is the most we can divulge right now. Though we will remain here to offer our guidance to you. You must be the one who decides to change history.
I understand why you may be suspicious of our motives. But make no mistake, without your power, the world will assuredly meet its demise.
Please, Stock. We will do anything we can to guide you on your quest.
Fine then. You might be hiding something from me, but I'll play along. I'll use the White Chronicle to change history, and not breathe a word of it to anyone. How's that?
Excellent. I'm glad you agree.
Well then, Stock. Until we meet again.
Stock narrowly managed to survive his deadly mission in the Laville Hills, thus setting his fate in motion. Yet far away in the land of Granorg, there lies another whose story is only just beginning. Granorg Palace.
I'm at a loss. What would you do, Ernst?
Pardon my intrusion.
This soldier, not worth the voice acting at all. Excuse me, Princess Eureka. Or Erica. It's time for your meeting.
I'll be right there. Mother!
Granorg Palace, in the audience hall. The oppressive queen, Proti, reigns over the people of Granorg from within. In her audience hall, she sits on her throne, enacting various policies at her whim. The chaos and misfortune that transpires during the war. All of it has had its origin in this chamber.
What is it now, Erica?
Erica, alright. That's how you're supposed to say it.
I took time out of my busy schedule for this, so it better be important.
Mother, when can I expect a response regarding the employment program I proposed recently?
Ah yes, that.
Why is your portrait so elaborate? Like the curly hair, so much stuff on you, goddamn. I mean, queen, yes, but...
The proposal has been rejected. From what Selvan tells me, it is entirely too costly.
But Mother, consider the future of our nation. Employment will be granted to those who have lost their jobs. Lives will be enriched. Funding is necessary, of course, but a few cutbacks here in the palace should be quite plenty.
Cutbacks? But everything here is essential to my well-being.
And what of the people who sacrifice their lives to ensure that well-being? Continuing to live here without even acknowledging their pain is a shameful way to rule.
Child, you fail to understand. The citizens yearn to be in the presence of we exalted royals. That is why they toil so. Our lives of luxury are not a privilege, but a genuine duty of the Granorg royal family.
Oh my fucking god, this bitch. How's it going, Solo? Thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I still rate that as Desu Vault. Just instantly. How's it going, man? You started streaming late, you fuck. I couldn't watch. Nothing much. Playing a new game I've not played before. Never even really experienced. In a lot of games, when I first pick them up after hearing about it or just seeing it, I was surprised how often I've heard or seen it in other little bits of media. Sometimes it's a song, either combat or a character's theme. Sometimes I have seen maybe a cutscene or a character sprite or something. But for this one and also the one I'm playing, Legend of Dragoon, I've seen none of it. So it's kind of weird to have two of them back to back. Yes, I'm biased because purplish hair, of course. How your legs feeling? Like jelly.
Selvan assures me of such.
Mother, please listen. The duty of the Granorg royal family is to save the world by performing...
How tiresome. I don't have a thought to spare for such drivel. If you wish to avoid upsetting my retainers, I advise you drop the matter. After all, you wouldn't want to meet the same end as your brother, would you? Prince Ernst never was very bright. The kingdom could have been his if only he hadn't chosen to defy his father's wishes. Then again, I suppose I can't complain. That is the reason I sit atop the throne now. The one respect in which your brother's actions worked in Granorg's favor.
Mother, you failed to recognize the heavy responsibility that accompanies leadership over Granorg.
It is exactly that responsibility that calls for my steady hand. Such matters are still far too much for a child like yourself.
Also, the mirror, does she sound just like a smidge quieter than the daughter? Then it is you who will be held accountable for your actions on the throne someday. You will be responsible for this nation's fate.
That seemed rather heated. Is everything all right, my queen?
Pay it no heed, Selvan. But dealing with children can be so vexing.
Indeed. The fault lies not with you, Queen Protea.
Of course it doesn't. It shall be my rule that brings Granorg into a new dawn of prosperity.
I should have known. My words cannot reach her. If this goes on, Granorg will be in trouble. If only I were more like Ernst.
Lady Erica.
And here comes one of the budget cuts. This guy was not made it into the script. Nonsense, Lady Erica. You have to rely on us. You have us to rely on. Please, your decision.
There's no other choice. I have to do this.
Thus, the Lasville Hills mansion, or her mission, was a success. Stock suffered heavy injuries. Rainey and Marco carried him to the infirmary inside Alistel Castle. A few days later,
So, you made it back alive. I expected greatness from you, and greatness you have given me.
Nice. What are you doing here?
They told me my best agent was in critical condition. How can I get any work done in my office while you're here in such a state? I told you before, you're one of my best boys. Much about our situation has changed while you slept. The Granorg army invading Lasville Hills has been driven back. Not only that, but we even managed to take back the sand fortress at the border.
wait, really? Her hair was also very short back in the DS version. Did they just randomly decide to give her long hair?
Impressive progress.
All of it thanks to the intel you brought back for us. We've finally proven our worth in the eyes of the military. It ought to keep our detractors off our backs, for a while at any rate.
One can only hope.
Stock, my boy. Can't you at least act a little happier? Or does it hurt too much to give so much as a smile?
You should know by now, I'm not one for merriment.
Ah, well. As long as you have your health.
Let me guess. You have my next assignment for me.
You always have been so astute. That's right. There is a job I'd like to ask you to take on. Come around to my office later.
And what of Marco and Rainey?
I put them on leave. The last mission was rather a strain on them after all. But they seem to have taken a liking to you, and they're looking forward to your return. I plan on assigning them as your subordinates on the next mission as well.
I see.
By the way, Stock, did the White Chronicle prove useful?
Does he know something? Because technically, by acknowledging it, we would then be breaking the stuff that we said to the small children in the land that doesn't exist and doesn't make sense of don't talk to anyone about it. So, do we say yes or no?
Well...
He seems awfully curious. I should play dumb for now. Z, there you go. Those two told me not to mention it to anyone after all.
Yes, as a lucky charm, just as you said. Heaven knows we needed luck on that mission.
That's not what I expected you to say. I thought you would say, no, it's a book. What do you mean?
That's the only reason I can see for us coming back in one piece.
You're all but confirming it.
I see. So nothing, happened?
And he's buying it! And he's somehow getting a different message!
Such as?
All right. I'll let you hang on to the White Chronicle for a while longer. I'm sure you could use a lucky charm on your missions from here on out. If you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. Once you're back on your feet, come around to my office.
There was not a lie said, but at the same time, I feel like he could have made a more evasive answer. But this guy just bought it.
Odd that he asked so directly about the White Chronicle. It certainly saved us, but is that really why Heiss gave it to me? Or was there another reason? He's impossible to read.
Okay, I'll give you that, Blunt. If he was too evasive, maybe he would have noticed, but... I'm just shocked it worked.
I'll have to tread lightly. I may need to put some distance between us before long.
Alright, we need to... I have no idea where I am.
Yes.
The area through here is off limits. Unauthorized entry is prohibited. Alright, so story demands I don't go in there. And what the fuck?
I'm nearly finished with this thaw machine.
Why do you get a voice?
Don't interrupt me unless you can be of some use.
What?
Indeed.
But this guy doesn't. Benno is the brightest mind in all of Alistel. He's the only one who can make the thaw machines that allow even new recruits to fight like pros.
My apologies.
In other words, I would stay out of his way if I were you. Here's what I think about you getting a cutscene. Or you getting a voice despite you just being in this random ass room. Either you're plot relevant, or they misused their budget.
Sonia.
I thought you were done for when I saw Marco and Rainey carrying your body into the city. But I guess I should have known better than that. You trained way too much for that to happen.
Spare me the exaggeration.
I'm not exaggerating. You could have died out there, Stock. You and Rosh need to start thinking more about yourselves and less about your missions. Our entire army operates the same way. Everyone's ready to risk their lives for Alistel. What about the people back home who care for you, though? Does it not give you pause?
Why does their voice sound familiar? It's a... What am I being reminded of? I think anime more than game, but which one?
I'm sorry if I worried you, but this is my job. If I don't take up this mantle, Alistel will never hold a candle to the might of Granorg.
I realize that. I might as well be talking to Rosh right now. You two have always been so hard-headed.
What is that voice? I'm gonna make a shot in the dark. It sounds like the English dub of what was it called? Haruhi, right? I don't know. It sounds like it a little bit.
Speaking of Rosh, where is he?
Up with Lieutenant General Raoul. He's being appointed commanding officer for a new brigade of fresh cadets. He said he'd be down here shortly to visit if you're hoping to see him. Can I help you?
I hear it now. Hey, there you go.
What are you doing?
Sonia, run! What's this black glow?
Stock!
Talk about a nasty surprise. What's going on down here?
Rosh!
Are you two okay? He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, I'm all right.
What about you, Stock? You look like you're healing nicely.
It is Wendy Lee? Nice. It's weird that I picked up on that more than anything else.
I am.
What division are you with? How dare you turn your sword against a fellow soldier?
Kingdom Hearts? No, Xenoparasite. The person who made the soundtrack apparently also is the one who did Kingdom Hearts. So you're going to hear a lot of things that sound very similar to the Kingdom Hearts music.
Huh? What was the... Whoa! What the hell just happened?
He turned to sand.
What do you make of that soldier? He wore an Alistel uniform, but...
You don't think this was Granorg's doing, do you?
No. Something about it seems strange. A professional assassin would have acted far quicker.
True. And then there's the way he died.
The Sand Plague, most likely. I've read about it before, but this is my first time seeing it up close. It's just like the reports. It causes people to turn into sand.
Huh. I'd always dismissed it as some old wives' tale.
Seems real enough to me. But how could a person just disintegrate like that?
It starts with the essence of life, mana, which is found in all living things. They say that when one loses their mana, they turn to sand.
They don't just die?
That's right. The order is reversed in the case of the Sand Plague. Normally, after a person dies, mana flows out of their body. But that soldier was still alive when his mana left him. That's why he turned to sand.
So basically, the sand plague drains a person's mana.
Seems so. I have no idea why that would happen, though.
Think it's connected to the desertification somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. Though, at this point, nobody knows what's causing the desertification either.
I swear, desertification just sounds like they're bringing out like the deserts for a buffet, and like everyone's getting shocked by it, rather than like something more malicious than what it actually is in the story.
They say it began sometime near the fall of the old empire over a century ago. But did the collapse cause the desertification? Or was it the other way around?
Yeah, desertification sounds like, for me, is like, all right, here's food. What if we make it dessert, though? And that's desertification, not sand.
Too many questions without answers. What's gonna happen to the continent?
There's no knowing that. For now, let's just try to do what we can to make a difference.
You're right. Well, I should be getting back to work.
Based on a real phenomenon?
And by the way, we shouldn't tell anyone about this.
Wait. What did I miss? Shining. Desertification of the real phenomenon? People turn into sand too? What?
Why do you say that?
Boss's orders. You know Fennel next door, right? When I told him what happened, he was pretty adamant that we keep it under wraps.
I'll keep that in mind.
Anyway, back to work for me. You two can stick around here as long as you like.
Okay, that makes more sense. The others not people. We have not proven that yet. Maybe that is the last civilization that had mana, and apparently desertification hit them, and they turned into sand.
Hey, Stock. How would you feel about joining up with my brigade? It'll be just like how it was before Heist started up Special Intelligence.
Why now of all times?
I'm working under Lieutenant General Raoul to head up a new corps. I need a good adjutant. More than that, I need one I know I can trust. It'd be a weight off my shoulders to have you around.
So you mean for me to quit my current post under Heist?
You'd have to, yes. Lieutenant General Raoul will handle the transfer from the SI to his command. We can take your subordinates along with you too. That'll be no problem.
But can you sway Heist?
That, I don't know. But he'll either be convinced or coerced. Lieutenant General Raoul will see to that. Look, this is your decision. Whatever you believe is best, that's what we'll do.
Wait, this feels just like last time. It's happening again. The White Chronicle is shining.
What now? Wait. That's... Rosh. He's dead. And... is that me with him? I killed Rosh? That's impossible. Stop this. Please. Don't show me such things.
No, am I really going to kill Rosh? What kind of future would lead to an atrocity like that?
I can see the hesitation all over your face. I'm not asking for an answer right now, mind you. Look, I need to go to the upstairs hall to greet the new recruits. Just think about it and let me know your answer whenever you're ready.
Do I stay with Heist, or join up with Rosh's brigade? This isn't a decision I can make lightly.
Why did...
Huh? What's that book doing here? Is it calling to me? I suppose I do still have some questions for those two. Maybe I should head back to Historia. You two.
Hello, Stock. We summoned you this time because there's something we need to tell you.
I have a question for you as well. A moment ago, I saw a future where I kill Rosh. What was that about?
Please, calm yourself, Stock. That vision is precisely why we chose to summon you here.
You went back and averted the deaths of Rainey and Marco.
No, Blunt. He does not. We've seen so far one cutscene in the story where the protagonist is shown to visit this area and get some talking to. Or not necessarily get some talking to, but these two little people are there to talk to him. And for the moment, from what we can tell, he just stares blankly, not blinking for a while. And everyone's okay with it.
Rosh's death happens further in the future, but it too can be averted in the same way. Even should that future come to pass, you can revisit it and change history. And this is the primary juncture at which you may do so.
What do you mean? Don't tell me. Does history branch again here?
Correct. You are quite sharp, Stock. Now, look upon the path forward.
What?
This is the moment where history branches in two. You can return to this point in time and space with the White Chronicle. A node has been formed here.
Which means what?
Your decision now will have a profound effect on history. If you ever want to revisit that decision, you will be able to return to this very moment.
So the choice I'm about to make is an important one then.
That's right. Whether to align yourself with Heiss or Rosh is a more vital decision than you know. Your decision to stay on as an agent or join the brigade with Rosh will change your life.
Heiss clearly knows what the White Chronicle is capable of. He's the one who gave it to me, after all. I'm not sure why he chose to do so, though. That may be reason enough to part ways with him.
Many potential paths lay before you at this moment.
You specifically.
Make a decision, explore its consequences, and search for possibilities. That is the power bestowed upon you by the White Chronicle.
So I shouldn't waste time thinking. I need to act. Is that it?
We are not saying you should make your decisions carelessly. We just want you to know that you needn't be overly cautious. To search for possibilities in the shadows of history, without anyone finding you out. That's your true mission.
A fitting aim for an agent like myself. I want to know one thing, though.
What is it?
What's the point of all this? At first, my only goal here was saving Marco and Rainey. Yet now you claim the White Chronicle is meant to bring about the true history. What is this history you speak of? I assume it has little to do with my own personal gain. I have to wonder. What will happen if I do nothing?
The world will perish.
What?
It's no exaggeration. This world is on the verge of destruction.
By now, you must surely have noticed the inevitable ruin the desertification brings. It is the underlying root of this horrible war, and what will bring it to an end as well. If its merciless advance remains unchecked, man's battle over arable land will rage on. And the result will be total extinction.
You will prevent that from happening by creating a history that won't perish.
Countless possibilities fade into the darkness. Yet there exists a razor-thin path of light. You must find it.
I understand. I'll do what I can for now.
That would be best. Becoming anxious over having to save the world isn't necessarily to your advantage. Just do what you think is right. That may be all you need to reach a favorable history.
I suppose I don't have much choice when you put it like that.
Ah, there is still one more thing we must tell you.
Your journey will be hard. You will not go through unscathed. As a result, we're considering healing you and your comrades through the nodes.
You can do that?
Oh yes. But we will require mana crystals to use this power. Choose the moments you use our healing wisely.
I have here some mana crystals. Take them with you.
Thank you. I'll be sure to use them carefully.
We will always be close by, watching over you. Until we meet again, Stock.
Why was I given this power? Well, no matter. I have a decision to make. To join Rosh's corp or not? The beginning has been added as a node. You can now go to Historia from nodes on the field. In the White Chronicle, you can view story summaries and travel instantly across time. Right, those dudes gave me these things called mana crystals. We got 3 mana crystals! By spending a mana crystal, you can restore the party's HP and MP. At a node, select Recover. You can hold a maximum of 9 mana crystals. Spend them wisely. Can I go to before they gave me mana crystals and just collect more mana crystals?
I worry about you and Raj. You're always pushing yourself so hard. You should hang around the city and relax once in a while.
The White Chronicle screen will allow you to view details of the story and travel through time. More icons will appear in the timeline on the top screen as the story progresses. The story summary for each icon will be shown in the bottom screen. Where the cursor is over that icon, if the summary is too long for a single screen, you can scroll down using the bar on the side. Blue icons are used to indicate nodes. Select one and press the A button to travel there. Nope, there are actually 3 diverting paths here. So I am... Rosh asks Stock to join his brigade. Stock must decide whether he wants to join Rosh or stay in the SI with Heist. Stock realizes this is a crucial decision. The option to join or not. Third option would be to convince him not to go. I actually am not sure. I guess this proves my thing wrong. When they said you have many choices ahead of you, I'm like, there are 2 doors though. I guess they're actually the third proper. Third option would try to decide, just like say, fuck everything, I'm going home. And as this is the first playthrough, I do not know what to do for this, actually. I understand, or I know no history between the two characters aside from what the game's told me so far of they're on good terms. So I'm actually not sure which one to go for. Let me think. Yeah, you can't lock yourself in a route, but whatever I pick, I'm probably gonna follow it through to the end and like experience it. And if we have to go back, like it's a bad end / dead end or whatever, of course we go back to keep moving on until we see credits. But don't think too much any past final. I will think about everything. I will think about everything and weigh everything as if it were the final decision and a final in the game. So. Let's see. Funny enough you say that, X-Gamer. I have a coin for those exact reasons. A coin on the side of an angel and a devil on it that I got from, like, I don't think it was the collector's, but like the deluxe edition of The Awakened Fate Ultimatum on the PS3. So let's see. A bad game in the Wednesday
rest
slot.
when necessary.
Oh, sure. It'll probably get moved to a different time slot, honestly, Shining. But for the moment, it's where it is until we beat a game. So, if it lands on, let's say, the Angel, we will go with... Let's go with the Corpse then. Why not? We'll join the Corpse, and we will see where that goes. If it lands on the side of the Devil, we will stick where we are, and I guess just go get our next assignment. Let's see what happens. Alright then. We're staying where we are, apparently.